Hey guys, and welcome back to Notorious, where we'll break down the top news and political events of this week. So there is a job opening now in Washington, but the bad news is that none of the Republicans seem to want it. So the position, of course, that I'm talking about is Speaker of the House, which John Boehner said he no longer wants to be in, and seems like the other Republicans aren't too excited about it either. So there was hope that Kevin McCarthy would take over as the next speaker. He's currently the head of the Benghazi Investigative Committee, but he has withdrawn his candidacy for this role. And now the hope is on Paul Ryan, who was Mitt Romney's running mate in 2012, and he is currently the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, the committee that writes our tax laws. But he has said that he's not interested in this either. So. But what's actually really interesting about this is that in order to be Speaker of the House, the person does not have to be a member of the House of Representatives. And I feel like there are probably Americans all over the country right now screaming, please give me this job. I'm putting forward my candidacy for this, because if none of you want to do it, I will gladly do this. And what's also unusual is that for a party that fought so hard to win control of the House, and win the majority, and was successful in doing so, now they don't want the job that is third in line to the presidency. But hopefully they can fill this soon, and they can find somebody who can help unite their party, especially going into the 2016 election season. And on the Democrat side, Hillary Clinton has this week said that she does not support the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which is the trade deal that President Obama is advocating for between the US and Asian countries. And interestingly, this is the same deal that she had worked on and supported as Secretary of State during the president's first term in office. So this is kind of where she and her campaign are having some trouble, is that she tends to support issues with so much intensity and conviction. And then with that same amount of intensity and conviction, she, a year later or a few years later, she will show complete opposition to that same topic. So this is where voters are getting frustrated with her, and they can't quite understand, where does she really stand on these issues? What does she really believe? And that's what's becoming frustrating to people in terms of how do we know that she's not just trying to play both sides of the game here and win support wherever it's available at the time, and kind of wherever it's most beneficial to her. This week she also sent copies of her book Hard Choices to all of the remaining Republican candidates, along with a personalized note to each candidate. I'm not really sure what her plan was by doing this, but I certainly think there's going to be a lot of regifting in the Republican Party right now. And I don't know how thrilled some of the candidates were to get a copy of her book as I guess an early Christmas gift. But we will definitely hear a lot more from her and the other Democrat candidates in the first Democrat debate this Tuesday, October 13th, and I will be live tweeting at Notoriously, so you guys can follow along, and I'll see you guys soon.